What's up, everyone? My name is Wynand Fourie. I'm a musician from Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm back with another react. Today I'm doing another Renlette wheel video. For those of you who don't know, the Renlette wheel is basically this wheel that I've made where I've taken all the Ren video suggestions that I've gotten in the comments and I've put them into this wheel, and then I spin this wheel and I react to a video. Now, I've changed up the format a little bit where I spin the wheel at the end of a video to inform the next video. So the last time I did a Renlette wheel video was the Big Push Precious. And then at the end of that video I spun it and it landed on For Joe. So that's the one I'm going to be reacting to today, and then at the end of this video I will spin this wheel again and that will inform the next video. So it's a cool little way for me to be surprised with you guys when it lands on a video. So yeah, it just builds some, it's just a cool little thing. It's a cool little gimmick, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous for this one because I've read a lot about it in the comments. I know this is Ren's friend who took his own life, and this is a song he wrote for his friend, For Joe, and I just want to be ready emotionally. Let's see if Ren said anything. Okay. After Joe died, the visits I paid to North Wales were fleeting. By being somewhere new, I could be someone new. Brighton didn't just offer me a new chapter, it offered me a new book and a whole new character. On Monday, I would make the difficult journey home because of music and the fundraising efforts of my incredible following. We managed to raise an incredible 21,000 euros for the RNLI. Not sure what that is. An incredible team of volunteers who risk their lives without pay to aid calls of distress from British shores. The night Joe went missing, they were out on the choppy stretch of water between Anglesey, I don't know these words, and the mainland until 5 a.m. looking for Joe without pay. From the goodness of their hearts, they continued the search efforts for the entire following week until hope dwindled. They owed us nothing and gave us everything. So I'm guessing the RNLA are like a volunteer group. He's describing it here, and he's raised some money for them. So that's really cool. Yesterday, I decided to pay a visit to Joe's mom and dad. I was asked to play them the new live session I recorded in Calgary. It was probably the most nervous I've been playing someone a video that I'd made. The topic isn't an easy one, especially for parents who have lost an incredible son. I nervously hit play, and the gravity of what I was showing sunk in, and I began to cry. In the end, we sat in silence, silently sobbing. Joe's mom turned to me and smiled, and we hugged, and I felt much lighter. It made me really realize, I guess, what I've always known. Music is far more than music. It's a channel of communication for the things that are impossible to say. Yeah. It's a bridge between the living and the dead. It's a way to stay immortal. It's a way to resurrect the dead. It's a universal language. It cuts down barriers of the parts of you which are encapsulated in steel cast iron. It allows frozen rivers to thaw and become unstagnant. I owe myself, my life, everything I am to music. Music is the coolest thing to God I know. I am so grateful to be doing what I do and to tap into this mystic force. My life, my energy, myself. eternally devote to it. Filmed by Samuel Perry Falvey. Cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Let's go. Yeah. Buckle up, guys, and please enjoy this video with me. And I think I'm just gonna watch it through once, and then if I feel it's necessary, I'll watch it again and talk about it a little. Let's go.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast, to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the angle. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying. And holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck. Another domino, it falls across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather. Otherwise I'd come and join you, but for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body. But for everything it's worth, made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings they fly the farthest, So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Freckled angels, man. Wow. Wow. Sure. That's some deep loss right there, man. Yeah. That was powerful. Thank you, Ren, for, sharing your feelings and channeling that into music so that everyone can relate to this. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I'm gonna watch this again and maybe stop it a little bit and talk about some stuff. Yeah. First of all, Ren's piano playing, outstanding. Yeah, didn't know he had this in him. Well, I knew because like everyone in the comments are like, Ren can do anything. So, but yeah, seeing it firsthand is really cool. It's very classical. That's beautiful. That's such a haunting scale. I'm not sure what you call it, but it's very, very haunting and fitting.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly.
It's like he's talking about a part of himself that basically died with his friend, and I think it's very true. I think it's interesting, man. It's interesting the relationship you have with your like closest friends, or like any relationship between two people, kind of becomes like a personality on their own. You know, like you're only a certain way with a certain person, because everyone is unique and everyone brings out a different part of you, you know, and when that person passes away, it's almost like that. It's like you're grieving that person, but you're also grieving that part of yourself that they embraced. But then it's kind of up to you to keep embracing that part of yourself, to like honor them, you know, in a certain sense. Yeah, it's beautiful.
What it felt like to look down and see.
It's beautiful and it's heartbreaking.
Tranquility.
Sorry, let me go back a bit.
The pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility.
And this is like, you know, it's something that's, I mean, even crossed my mind. I went through a dark space in my early 20s, where I had these kind of thoughts, you know, like there was a very, very much like an unknown future for me. And maybe because I was also like experimenting with too many experimental drugs that time. So didn't help. But yeah, there is that question, like, damn, we're so fragile, you know, just like one step over the edge, and it's like, you know, everything ends. And then it's also like, what's after? Like, what comes after that? Are we alone? Are we? Is there something waiting for us? Like, now I'm in a space where I believe that there is. I don't know if you can call it life after death, but I believe that there is. That in a way, you take with you. You take with you what you've built in this life, or like it's like the mental state you're in very much, I think, plays an effect on where you go after you die, or like what you experience. And I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think for people, you know, yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't talk too much about this stuff because it's very, it's only my opinion, or like not even my opinion, but my point of view, and everyone has a different point of view, and it's all valid in the end. So I'm not gonna share too much of my own insights, I think, into that.
I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth.
Yeah, this is like, I think when you experience loss like this, it sometimes, you know, people kind of isolate themselves, and it becomes hard to even talk to friends or family who were acquainted with this person who died, just because it brings up all those feelings, and you just want to numb that feeling of loss and grief. And yeah, Ren puts it beautifully in his lyrics.
The day you jump, my childhood jumped too, but I still can't find.
Damn.
Fucking lads, I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast to tell the truth. The day you jump, my childhood jumped too, but I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man. I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker. I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge, and then we're crying and holding you, my brother.
I wonder if he. Yeah, damn. I wonder if. Because he's saying, run, I'm wishing I ran 5 minutes quicker. I wonder if he was the first on the scene, or if Joe was like talking to him and like giving hints that he was planning on doing this. I also wonder what kind of, I mean, there's a lot of things that drive people to take their own lives. But I wonder what it was for Joe, like if it was just like, if he was just in a bad headspace, if something happened, there must have been some trauma, maybe childhood trauma, maybe, I don't know.
And I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker. I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge, and then we're crying and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine, not the.
And this is also the thing. And, you know, I have a friend who recently lost someone very close to them. It was a partner, and, you know, she's also keeps saying things like, I mean, I don't want to name any names because just out of respect, but she's constantly saying like how she wished she could have done something different, or she wished she'd been more present, or had done this or this or this. But it's like it's no one's fault, you know. It's no one's it's no one's fault. That person was gonna do that either way, you know. And it's things happen the way they happen, and when something like this happens, you just have to accept it. You have to deal with it. You have to be there for the people who are affected, and it is a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing to have to go through, and it's like the only thing you can really do is just like just hope that person is at peace now, that their soul is at peace, and it's pretty much all you can do. And just work through the pain. The pain will never really fully leave, but it's you can learn how to deal with it and how to use it for, how to learn from it.
Way that it worked, I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening. I love you, man. I miss you. Absurd. Fuck.
Yeah, it sounds like they never found Joe's body. Which is also sad, it's like, it's just kind of there in the river somewhere. Damn. I can't imagine how hard it must have been sitting there with the parents and playing this. No wonder he broke out in tears. Like, jeez, man.
Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is
wonder if they had another kid, or if it's just like another metaphor. Because like Joe's domino fell, and people die and people get born, and it is tough. Like when making a decision to have a child in this world, it's a tough one because it's like there's so much pain in the world, and so much. If you read stories like this in the paper, and you hear about things, and there's war everywhere, and there's all. It becomes like it's a tough decision to bring a kid into this world. It's like, but if you're able to, create a safe environment, and if all your ducks are in a row, it's also a very beautiful thing. New life, this new hope, this new possibility, this new, a whole new journey, and life has its sad and heartbreaking moments, but it also has its beautiful moments, and the two almost go hand in hand. Without the one, you wouldn't know how powerful the other one is. Without the hurt, you wouldn't know how good you have it when you have the hope and the love and the joy of life. So the two play off each other.
Confusing contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born.
I just want to listen to this again.
Give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live. That's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angel stand strong.
So this piece, he's just basically laying it down as it is. Some get born in sheets of satin, and some get born what?
Born in sheets of satin. Some get by in tattered clothes.
Some get by in tattered clothes. It's like you don't choose where you're born. You choose what kind of life, or like what you want to do with the what you have available to you. And some people are able to deal with it, some people aren't, and it's It's just the way the story goes.
You're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes.
Yeah, and it's like talking about people. Some people judge you. Some people will inspire you and tell you that we all make mistakes, and they will, you know, like let's say you've made a mistake. Some people will encourage you to you know, learn from them and change, and other people will just judge you for your flaws, and it's up to you to decide what voices you let into your head, and what voices you give power to, you know.
Just for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, Freckled Angels stand strong.
I know he has a song called Freckled Angels. I wonder what it's referring to. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm not sure what the freckled angel symbolism is. Like, is it supposed to be like this holy image of an angel, but they have freckles? But freckles to me are beautiful, so I don't know. Like, it's I don't know. I don't know what the maybe if I listen to the song Freckled Angels, I'll have a better understanding of what his imagery is or what he's referring to.
Freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13.
Maybe Joe had freckles. I don't know. Maybe he's the freckled angel. And you know, it's almost like a way of saying, even when people die, they're still with you. The parts of them that inspired you, the parts of them that stick with you, still live on through you, you know, and that's a powerful and a beautiful thing.
Years and still I miss you. Now my wings are missing feather. Otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body. But for everything it's worth, made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage. And that's all because of you. Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Wow, what a moving track. Yeah, that was a rough ride in a good way. And thank you guys. Thank you for indulging me and listening to me and being here. Thank you for all your support to Ren. Thank you to the RNLI for all the amazing work they're doing. And yeah, there's not much more I can say to that. I'm gonna sit down today a little bit and just do some gratitude meditation, you know, gratefulness meditation. Write down a few things I'm grateful for, write down people's names that I'm grateful for. It really helps me to stay grounded and to not slip into old thought patterns of despair, because life is beautiful and life has a lot to offer, and even the hurtful things and the heartbreak can be beautiful, you know, if we choose to see it in a certain light. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Cool. Thank you guys. Let me do a wheel spin to inform the next video that we're gonna be watching. Maybe it's something a little bit lighter. Who knows? The wheel has its own mind and its own way. Yeah, because the last one, Precious, was also kind of hit me close to home. And yeah, let's see. Spin the wheel time. Let's go. Castles made of sand. Is this gonna break my heart again? I don't know. Maybe it's a pretty song. I don't know. But Ren, Castles Made of Sand is the next video. Stay tuned. That'll come out tomorrow. Yeah. Once again, thank you. Thank you for being here. And let's keep going on this journey together. And yeah, tell the ones you love that you love them, because life is fleeting, and everyone deserves to hear those words. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.